I went to a big company for an interview. The job offered a $1 million salary, but everyone was shocked when they saw my appearance. My clothes were filthy, with paint stains on my face. The company boss was displeased when he saw me, but I made no excuses, and told him the absolute truth, explaining I was detained last night for unpaid parking tickets, so I had no time to change my clothes. Hearing this, the boss mockingly asked, "What would you say if a man came to an interview without a shirt, and I hired him? What would you say?" I smiled and replied, "He must have had on some really nice pants." Hearing this clever response, the boss burst out laughing, so I got the chance to interview, but the real challenge was just beginning. There were 20 interns in the company, and only one would get hired permanently. The biggest obstacle was that this internship was completely unpaid. The hardest problem facing me was how to feed my young son, but I refused to give up, and immediately dove into work the next day. I was always the first to arrive at the office, working with complete devotion and responsibility. I always finished my tasks early, so I could pick up my son from school on time. The manager often sent me on errands, like buying coffee or doing chores, but I never complained once. As time went on, my struggles worsened because I could not afford rent. My son and I were evicted, becoming completely homeless. That night we took shelter in a public restroom. I laid newspapers on the floor so my son could sleep comfortably. When someone knocked on the door at night, I sat silently covering my son's ears. I, a man who always faced challenges bravely, completely broke down inside that night, but I did not give up. By day I put all my effort into work, and by night I queued with my son, trying to secure a bed at the homeless shelter. When my son fell asleep, I sat under a dim light, studying new things. To make up for my financial struggle, I even started selling my blood. With that tiny income, barely surviving to feed myself and my son. One day, I got an opportunity to meet an important client. The client asked me to reach his office in 20 minutes. I left immediately, but on the way the manager gave me another task. By the time I reached the client's office, the client had already left. I was disappointed but did not lose heart. On the weekend, I took my son directly to the client's house and apologized for the delay. Seeing my dedication, the client was deeply moved. Though we did not close a deal on the spot, he introduced me to several new clients. My efforts slowly but steadily began to pay off. Finally, the last day of the internship arrived. The manager called me into his office to ease the tension. I joked, "I wore a nice shirt since it is the last day." The manager smiled and spoke, "Wear it again tomorrow, because your job officially starts tomorrow." Hearing this, I fell silent for a moment, as tears of joy filled my eyes. After all the struggles and hardships, my hard work finally paid off. I walked out of the office, clapping for myself and moving forward with a smile. That day I was certain hard work and patience would always bear fruit, sooner or later.